I'm Greg DeLucia. I am a writer and a storyteller. I'm from New Jersey, and I love being from New Jersey. I have a wife, Allie, and two cats, Celino and Barnes.
Mm-hmm. And I understand that you've been telling stories for quite some time now.
Yeah, I started doing storytelling maybe 4 years ago. I dabbled in stand-up before that, and I loved it. Grew up a huge comedy nerd. But I feel like storytelling was a little more for me. And when I started doing it, I just fell in love with it. I'm like, this is the best way for me to express myself.
And in all these times that you've been on stage, what have you learned about yourself?
One day, I'm on stage, and I'm telling a story, and I think it's about me and getting revenge on a bully from when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. But what I found out in the middle of the story, based on the audience, it was a story about me and my father. And so that's what I love about it.
Yeah, that is the magic of storytelling. Yeah, there's this bit of figuring yourself out as you're doing it.
Right, yeah, because we start out, we don't know who we are. Yeah.
So do you have a storytelling hero?
I'm from New Jersey, and it's Bruce Springsteen. Shocker. No, but so, growing up, he was always on the radio, and then we'd go to all these concerts. I've seen him only 28 times. And what I learned from Bruce is he was very vulnerable. And he to me, made it okay to be like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm here today, or it's a big part, big part. When I was a kid growing up in New Jersey, my mom loved to read to me The Little Engine That Could, that awesome children's classic. She'd read it, she'd do quotes, whatever. She loved it so much that she never stopped. Like this time, I remember during one of our daily calls, I was talking to her, and I was complaining. I said I wasn't happy at my job. I was a reality TV casting producer, and I was getting sick and tired of telling people it was a good idea to be on reality TV. Because what I really wanted to do was be a writer. That's what I really wanted to do. So my mom stopped me. She said, honey, that's how she talked. Honey, it's like I always say, I think I can, I think I can, I know I can, I know I can. And I ate it up. Because she believed in me and she believed in my talents. But the thing is, this is what her idea was. She was like, look, you come up with a game plan, save some money, then you quit your job and you be a writer. But the deal is, if I get this belief in my abilities from my mother, I get reckless spontaneity from my father. Like the time in 1995 when he went out to go get a pair of Teva sandals and he came home with the Dodge van. So that's what I got going for me. The very next day, I just quit my job. No problem. No, I had no money saved at all. I had this expensive Hoboken apartment for rent that I had with my my then girlfriend, now wife, Allie. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. But it didn't matter because I had a dream. And I actually got to realize that dream. Sort of, there's an asterisk there because I was an intern at the age of 30. But it was at a pop culture website. And it was awesome. Like right off the bat, I'm writing blogs and features on all sorts of celebrities. But the deal is, the payment structure there was a little unique in that they paid me like $5 a day and then all the mac and cheese I could want. I only wanted like 2 weeks worth of mac and cheese because I got on the phone with my mother and I was like, oh my God, Mom, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I'm getting $5 a day and there's tension with Allie and I because she gets paid in dollars. And also, I'm pretty sure my insides are turning orange. And she's like, honey, don't worry about it. I've got a plan. I'll be there in 2 hours. All right. I'm waiting. I'm thinking, like, what is this plan? Like, what could it be? I'm like, maybe it's like a sweet check, because I have no shame. Like, I'll take that money. I don't care. So in that time, she's now taken a train from Central Jersey all the way to Newark, New Jersey, and then she's got to get on a subway, and she takes to Hoboken, and then she gets off there, and then she walks 10 minutes to our apartment. She goes all the way up to our apartment, and I open the door, and my mother's standing there with this giant suitcase. And, you know, she's this tiny little lady, and she's got this big suitcase. And now I'm like, really now, like, what, seriously? Like, what's her, like, is it like a novelty check? Because that would be awesome. Like, who needs Ed McMahon? You got Mom coming with a big, fat, giant check. And she unzips this thing. She's so proud. And there it is, the answer to all my problems, a giant ham. I mean, it was so sweet. And look, she just wanted her boy to be fed, and that meant the world to me. The thing is, what wasn't so great, the next day when I cooked said ham, it was late. It was late at night. I was tired. I threw the thing in the oven. A couple hours go by, and now it starts smoking a lot. And the whole apartment starts filling up with smoke, and we're trying everything. We're opening up windows. We got every fan going, but our fire alarm is going off, and it just won't stop. So in a panic, because I am not MacGyver, I don't have any good ideas, I open the door to another hallway, and now the entire building's fire alarm goes off. And it's midnight. And now I look out the window, and I see all our neighbors with like real jobs filing out to that cold November night. And there's now a symphony of our fire alarm, the building's fire alarm, and now there's fire engine sirens like coming up closer and closer. And then we hear firemen rushing up to our floor, and they're banging on doors. They just want to make sure, like, you know, everyone's evacuated and everyone's safe. And as we hear them getting closer and closer, Allie turns to me and she's like, dude, you're on your own. And she runs off another room. But not before saying to me, she turns around, she's like, whatever you do, don't say it was you. I hear bang on the door, I open it up, and I say, it was me! It was me! I'm sorry, I have an internship. It pays in mac and cheese. My mom gave me a ham. And they looked at me like, what? But miraculously, I didn't get into any trouble. But I got a little too cutesy when I said to the nice fire chief, I said, hey, you want some ham? And he looked at me like I was an idiot. I can't say that things got better overnight or anything like that, but that ham and several other hams that my mom gave me in the coming months got me through a really hard time. Until I actually became a writer at a website, and it paid in cash. It was awesome. My mom died about a year ago, and I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the hardest things in my entire life. And I didn't know if I could go on sometimes. And one day I was at at her house with my stepdad, and he leaves the room, and he comes back in at one point, and he's holding something. I'm like, what is that? It was a ham that my mom had bought a little before she died that we all could enjoy. And even in her death, she had the answer to all my problems. So, am I gonna be okay? I think I can. I know I can. My mother was and is a huge source of strength in my life. She was my first fan. You know, she really believed I could be or do anything. So I try to grab from that. And even in the hard times in grieving since her passing, I've used that to really, get through it. And sometimes little signs will pop up, and that will remind me of her, and it helps.